Are you ready to land your dream job as a Laravel developer but feeling nervous about the technical round? Most candidates fail not because they lack coding skills, but because they can't articulate architectural concepts clearly. In this video, we will cover Laravel interview questions and answers, comprehensive practice test for developers. Master your next Laravel interview with this comprehensive practice test. In this comprehensive guide, we are covering 30 essential Laravel interview questions ranging from eloquent relationships and middleware to service containers and security. Each question is designed to mimic real-world interview scenarios. Follow along, pause the video to test your knowledge, and let's see how many you can get right. Which component in Laravel is responsible for bootstrapping the application and registering service? Bindings? Option A, middleware. Option B, service providers. Option C, routes. Option D, controllers. The correct answer is B. Service providers are the central place of all Laravel application bootstrapping. Your own application, as well as all of Laravel's core services, are bootstrapped via service providers. Bootstrapping means registering things, including registering service container bindings, event listeners, middleware, and even routes. They typically contain a register and a boot method. The register method is used to bind things into the service container, while the boot method is called after all other service providers have been registered, allowing you to access other services. What is the primary purpose of eager loading in Laravel Eloquent? Option A, to delay the execution of a database query until the data is actually needed. Option B, to reduce the N+1 query problem by loading related models up front. Option C, to automatically encrypt sensitive data before saving to the database. Option D, to increase the speed of the application by caching the results of all queries. The correct answer is B. When accessing eloquent relationships as properties, the relationship data is lazy loaded. This means the relationship data is not actually loaded until you first access the property. However, if you are looping through a collection of parent models, this creates the N+1 query problem. One query for the parents, and N queries for the children. Eager loading using the with method allows you to fetch all related models in just one additional query, significantly improving performance for large datasets. How do you apply a middleware to a specific route in Laravel? Option A, by adding it to the $middleware array in kernel.php only. Option B, using the to_middleware method on the root definition. Option C, by defining it inside the controller's constructor only. Option D, by adding a @middleware annotation in the blade template. The correct answer is B. While middleware can be applied globally in the kernel.php file, specific routes can be assigned middleware using the middleware method on the root definition. For example, root get profile function opening curly bracket ... closing curly bracket to middleware auth. You can also pass an array of multiple middlewares. This provides granular control over which parts of your application require specific layers of filtering, such as authentication, logging, or CORS handling. Which Laravel feature is specifically designed to protect against cross-site request forgery? CSRF attacks? Option A, bcrypt hashing. Option B, the @CSRF blade directive. Option C, eloquent mass assignment protection. Option D, The API authentication guard. The correct answer is B. Laravel makes it easy to protect your application from cross-site request forgery. CSRF attacks. CSRF is a type of malicious exploit whereby unauthorized commands are performed on behalf of an authenticated user. Laravel automatically generates a CSRF token for each active user session. The @CSRF blade directive generates a hidden HTML input field containing the CSRF token, which the verify CSRF token middleware checks against the session token upon form submission. What is the difference between the register and boot methods in a service provider? Option A. Register is for classes. Boot is for interfaces. Option B. Register is only for third-party packages. Boot is for local code. Option C. Register is for binding to the container. Boot is executed after all providers are registered. Option D. There is no functional difference. They are aliases. The correct answer is C. In the register method, you should only bind things into the service container. You should never attempt to register any event listeners, routes, or any other piece of functionality within the register method because you might accidentally use a service that is provided by a service provider which has not loaded yet. The boot method is called after all other service providers have been registered, meaning you have access to all other services that have been registered by the framework. Which Eloquent method should be used to retrieve only a subset of columns from a database? Option A. Model only. Call 1 foot. Call 2 feet. Option B. Model all. To pluck. Call 1 foot. Option C. Model select. Call 1 foot. Call 2 feet. To get. Option D. Model filter. Call 1 foot. Call 2 feet. The correct answer is C. The select method allows you to specify which columns you want to retrieve from the database. Using model select, call 1 foot, call 2 feet, to get, is more efficient than model all, because it reduces the amount of data transferred between the database and the application. While pluck is useful for getting a single column's values in an array, select is the standard way to limit columns for model instances. Which helper function is used to redirect to a named route in Laravel? Option A, go. Option B, redirect to route. Option C, move _to. Option D, response to URL. The correct answer is B. Laravel provides a redirect helper that returns an instance of Illuminate routing redirector. To redirect to a named route, you chain the route method, return redirect, to route, login. This is preferred over hardcoding URLs because if the URL of the route changes in the web.php file, the named route reference remains valid, making the application easier to maintain. What command is used to undo the last batch of migrations in Laravel? Option A, PHP artisan migrate, reset. Option B, PHP artisan migrate, undo. Option C, PHP artisan migrate, rollback. Option D, PHP artisan migrate, fresh. The correct answer is C. The migrate rollback command rolls back the last batch of migrations, which may include multiple files if they were run at the same time. Migrate Reset rolls back all migrations in the application. Migrate. Fresh drops all tables and reruns all migrations. Rollback is essential during development when you make a mistake in your most recent schema change and need to revert quickly. What is the purpose of the @yield directive in Blade templates? Option A. To import a PHP class. Option B. To define a section that will be filled by a child template. Option C. To loop through an array of data. Option D. To escape HTML entities. The correct answer is B. The @yield directive is used in a layout file to define a placeholder where content from a child view will be injected. A child view uses the @section name @end section directive to provide the content for that specific yield. This allows for a consistent layout across multiple pages while changing only the inner content. How does Laravel handle dependency injection in controllers? Option A. Through the use of global variables. Option B. By type hinting dependencies in the controller's constructor or methods. Option C. By manually instantiating classes using the new keyword. Option D. Dependency injection is not supported in Laravel controllers. The correct answer is B. Laravel's service container automatically resolves any classes type hinted in the constructor of a controller. Additionally, you may type hint dependencies on your controller's action methods. The container will automatically inject the resolved instance of the class, allowing for better testability and decoupled code. Where is the best place to define complex validation logic to keep controllers clean? Option A. Inside the Blade template. Option B. Inside a form request class. Option C. Directly in the root file. Option D. In the database migration. The correct answer is B. Form requests are custom request classes that contain validation and authorization logic. By running PHP artisan make request store post request, you create a class where you can define rules. When this class is type hinted in a controller method, Laravel validates the request before the controller method is even executed, keeping the controller focused on business logic. What does the protected $guarded equals property do in an Eloquent model? Option A. It disables all security checks on the model. Option B. It makes all attributes mass assignable. Option C. It prevents the model from being deleted. Option D. It encrypts all fields in the database. The correct answer is B. Eloquent models have two ways to handle mass assignment: $fillable, a white list of attributes, and $guarded, a black list. By setting $guarded to an empty array, you are telling Laravel that no attributes are protected, effectively making every attribute mass assignable. While convenient, this should be used with caution to avoid security vulnerabilities where users might submit unexpected data. What is the difference between a Laravel collection and a standard PHP array? Option A. Collections are faster than arrays in all scenarios. Option B. Collections provide a fluent, object-oriented wrapper for working with arrays. Option C. Arrays can only store strings. Collections can store objects. Option D. There is no difference. Collection is just a nickname for arrays. The correct answer is B. Laravel collections provide a wrapper around PHP arrays. offering dozens of helpful methods like map, filter, reduce, and flatten. They allow for method chaining, which makes data manipulation code much more readable and expressive compared to nested for each loops and standard PHP array functions. Which command clears the application cache in Laravel? Option A. PHP Artisan Clear All. Option B. PHP Artisan Cache Clear. Option C. PHP Artisan Config Reset. Option D. PHP Artisan View Purge. The correct answer is B. The cache clear command is used to clear the entire data cache for the application. Laravel also has specific commands for other types of caches, such as config clear for configuration files, root clear for root files, and view clear for compiled blade templates. Cache clear is usually the first step in troubleshooting data persistence issues. Which tool is the default testing framework used by Laravel? Option A. Jasmine. Option B. PHP Unit. Option C. Selenium. Option D. Mocha. The correct answer is B. Laravel is built with testing in mind and includes support for PHP Unit out of the box. A phpunit.xml file is already set up for your application. Laravel also provides convenient helper methods, like get, post, acting as, that allow you to expressively test your application's HTTP responses and database state within the PHP Unit environment. Note: PEST is also becoming very popular in the Laravel ecosystem. How can you store a piece of data in the session for only the next request? Option A. Session, put, key, value. Option B. Session, flash, key, value. Option C. Session, keep, key, value. Option D. Session, once, key, value. The correct answer is B. The flash method stores an item in the session for only the next HTTP request. After that request, the data is automatically deleted. This is particularly useful for storing status messages, like profile updated, single quote, after a form submission redirect. What is the storage facade used for in Laravel? Option A. To manage database records. Option B. To interact with the file system, local or cloud like S3. Option C. To store temporary variables in memory. Option D. To handle session cookies. The correct answer is B. Laravel provides a powerful file system abstraction called FlySystem. The storage facade provides a simple way to interact with files. Because of the abstraction, you can use the same API to store files locally on your server or on cloud providers like Amazon S3 or Google Cloud Storage, simply by changing a configuration setting. In a many-to-many relationship, what is the name of the intermediate table used by Laravel? Option A. Intermediate table. Option B. Pivot table. Option C. Link table. Option D. Join table. The correct answer is B. Laravel refers to the intermediate table in a many-to-many relationship as a pivot table. For example, if a user can have many roles and a role can belong to many users, the role_user table is the pivot table. You can access pivot table data using the pivot attribute on the related models. Why would you use Laravel queues? Option A. To speed up database migrations. Option B. To defer the processing of a time-consuming task. Option C. To prevent unauthorized access to routes. Option D. To compile CSS and JavaScript files. The correct answer is B. Queues allow you to defer tasks that take a long time to process, such as sending an email or processing an uploaded video, until a later time. By moving these tasks to a queue, your application can respond to user requests much faster, improving the overall user experience. Laravel supports multiple queue backends like Redis, Amazon SQS, and databases. What does the Artisan command line interface provide? Option A. A way to edit images inside Laravel. Option B. A set of helpful commands for common development tasks. Option C. A front-end framework for styling components. Option D. A database management GUI. The correct answer is B. Artisan is the name of the command line interface included with Laravel. It provides a number of helpful commands that can assist you while you build your application, such as creating controllers, models, and migrations, running tests, clearing caches, and managing database seeds. How do you display unescaped data in a Blade template? Option A. $data. Option B. $data. Option C. Opening curly bracket exclamation mark. $data. Closing curly bracket. Option D. At PHP $data at NPHP. The correct answer is C. By default, Blade statements are automatically sent through PHP's HTML special chars function to prevent XSS attacks. If you have data that contains HTML and you want it to be rendered as HTML by the browser, you must use the syntax. Be extremely careful when using this with user-provided content. What is mass assignment vulnerability in Laravel? Option A. When a user can update fields they shouldn't be allowed to change. Option B. When a database becomes too large for the server. Option C. When multiple users try to access the same record at once. Option D. When the .env file is exposed to the public. The correct answer is A. Mass assignment occurs when a user passes an unexpected HTTP parameter through a request, and that parameter changes a column in your database that you did not expect. For example, a malicious user might send an is_admin parameter in a registration form. Laravel protects against this by requiring you to define $fillable or $guarded properties on your models. Which Eloquent method is used to find a record by its primary key or throw an error if not found? Option A. Model. Find. Option B. Model. Find or fail. Option C. Model. Get or fail. Option D. Model. Search. The correct answer is B. The find or fail method will retrieve the first result of the query. However, if no result is found, a model not found exception will be thrown. If the exception is not caught, a 404 HTTP response is automatically sent back to the user, making it very convenient for building clean controller logic. How do you retrieve a translation string in a Laravel view? Option A. Trans. File.key. Option B. Get. File.key. Option C. Echo $file to key. Option D. Lang. File.key. The correct answer is A. Laravel's localization features provide a convenient way to retrieve strings in various languages. You may use the __ helper function or the trans helper function. For example, __ messages, welcome, looks for a welcome key inside the resources/lang/n/messages.php file, assuming English is the locale. In which file are global middlewares and middleware groups defined? Option A. app/http/kernel.php. Option B. config/app.php. Option C. root/web.php. Option D. bootstrap/app.php. The correct answer is A. The app/http/kernel.php file is the location where all of the application's middleware is registered. It contains the $middleware array, global middleware run on every request, $middleware groups, like web and appy, and $root middleware, aliases that can be assigned to specific roots. What is the purpose of seeders in Laravel? Option A. To create the database schema. Option B. To populate the database with dummy or initial data. Option C. To back up the database. Option D. To optimize database indexes. The correct answer is B. Seeders allow you to populate your database with data using seed classes. This is useful for providing initial data, like countries or admin users, or dummy data for testing purposes using the Faker library. You run them using the PHP Artisan DB seed command. Which Laravel tool is used to transform models into JSON responses with custom structures? Option A. Eloquent collections. Option B. API resources. Option C. Blade templates. Option D. JSON formatter. The correct answer is B. Eloquent resources provide a transformation layer that sits between your Eloquent models and the JSON responses that are actually returned to your application's users. They allow you to easily define which fields should be included, rename fields, and include relationships without modifying the model itself. What is the benefit of using Laravel events and listeners? Option A. They allow for better database performance. Option B. They provide a way to decouple various aspects of your application. Option C. They automatically validate user input. Option D. They replace the need for controllers. The correct answer is B. Events provide a great way to decouple various aspects of your application. Since a single event can have multiple listeners that do not depend on each other. For example, when an order is placed, you might fire an order placed event. One listener could send an email, another could update inventory, and another could notify a Slack channel. The main logic doesn't need to know about these side effects. Where should environment-specific settings, like DB credentials, be stored? Option A. config/database.php. Option B. The .env file. Option C. apps/providers/appserviceprovider.php. Option D. In the index.php file. The correct answer is B. The .env file is used to store configuration variables that vary based on the environment. Local, staging, production. These variables are loaded into the $_env super global and can be accessed using the env helper. This file should never be committed to version control for security reasons. What is a facade in Laravel? Option A. A design pattern that provides a static interface to classes in the service container. Option B. A way to hide the complexity of the front-end CSS. Option C. A specific type of controller for handling APIs. Option D. A database tool for creating views. The correct answer is A. Laravel facades provide a static interface to classes that are available in the application's service container. They provide a terse, memorable syntax that allows you to use Laravel's features without long class names or manual dependency injection. Behind the scenes, the facade uses the __ call static magic method to resolve the underlying class from the container and execute the method. That's it for our 30-question Laravel interview practice test. How did you do? If you found some of these challenging, don't worry. Laravel is a deep framework and mastery comes with practice. If you want to access the full practice test with over 300 questions and earn a certification of completion, click the link in the description. For the complete 300+ question practice test suite and certification, check the link in the description below.